What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to preface this. I'm going to put it in the title. I'm going to put it all over the freaking thumbnail. Spoilers. Massive spoilers for the new update. You know, I was always that type of person that wanted to enjoy the reveal of something. I didn't like being spoiled, but I guess it just comes with the title of being a YouTuber, I guess. All of this is going to be very spoilerish. If you don't want to see what I have to say about the new update, click away. Just click away. If you do want to see what's coming up in the new update, clap your hands with me, okay? 1, 2, don't clap early. I saw that. I saw it. Don't do it. 1, 2. Okay. So, big things happened today, right? So, Chrales, of course, who is our, or one of the data miners, has uncovered version 1.3. Shut up. 131.1. PvP, new loading screen, 3 leak badges, new player tutorial, skin, hair, color customizations. Cool. 3 weird badges called Top Banana. I don't know about you guys, but I am the top banana. And New Year's 2019 loading screen, whoop-de-doo. New moves, Skull Bash, Leech Life, Octazooka, Superpower, Crush Claw, Drain Punch, Earth Power, Mirror Shot, Acid Spray, Leaf Tornado, Fell Stinger, and Power Up Punch, which I'm pretty sure Power Up Punch has been in there for a little bit. And then these freaking amazing looking backgrounds. I love this one. It's beautiful. Look at that. It's just so pretty. That one looks like it's straight out of freaking Breath of the Wild. That looks really weird. And then this little icon. Really interesting. It's really cool. I really like those. Those look really cool. Leaders icons, of course. You'll be able to fight these 3 leaders in PvP, which we know, and our 3 league badges, as those correspond to what league you're fighting in. So, Chrales has a large GitHub that he posts a bunch of files on top of every time there's some kind of big new, update. I've looked through all of these, and most of them are just kind of like stuff that we already know, just kind of like meh. Unfortunately, the New Year's 2019 loading screen.png does not load correctly for me. I don't know how to make it load, but I guess that one I won't spoil for you. So there's several WAV files here that just include the sounds of the actual moves, which we're not going to go through. Just very, very well laid out, very nice to sift through. If you guys want to sift through it, I will post it in the description down below. And that is it from Chrales today. So, thank you, kind sir. I do appreciate you doing what you do for the community. It is awesome that we have somebody that does this and that keeps us updated. We have a holiday announcement. So this was sent out in an email. I have not received any other information. As far as I know, this could be fake. But Niantic always seems to do this, so it makes me lean towards that it's probably true. Niantic seems to send out emails fairly soon, like to a certain group of people, and then they get sent out to everybody else. So it says breaking news, holiday event, which we knew was coming. We have some breaking news. It seems that the delivery Pokemon Delibird will return once again for a holiday celebration this month. What sorts of surprises will it bring? Stay tuned to find out. So we can go ahead and speculate that Pikachu with a hat will come back. He'll have a Santa hat. It would be really nice if they did something cool with Stantler, like gave him a Rudolph nose. It would be cool if they did Sudowoodo with a couple of like ornaments or something like that. These are some really cool things that I was seeing in the comments, like with the red nose, pseudo-widow with the ornaments. I mean, that's just awesome. I think that would be a hilarious idea. It's just super cool. So, take that one with a grain of salt, because that may or may not happen. But it's more than likely going to happen, in my opinion. I don't see that being a big no-no. Last but not least, of course, like every other APK that gets released, Dromps, whatever, how you freaking pronounce this guy's name? If anybody knows, please let me know. So he did a live thread for the breakdown this time, and it includes a couple of things. I haven't looked through all of this, so let's go through this together. So, new combat button and icon along with error states. Of course, you can minimum error or minimum level error, opponent minimum error level. So just like in trading, if you try to trade something and you don't have enough Stardust or out of range or anything like that, like these are the type of error messages that I'm assuming this is talking about. So it appears to be new PvP settings toggle for friend combat enabled and friend near enabled. Perhaps the ability to disable nearby PvP challenges as a privacy measure. I like that. I know there are a lot of younger kids that play this game, and it's probably not great that their location is being broadcasted to everybody else who's playing. That's probably a smart move. Combat Pokemon Party Selector. So the multi-choice party battle thing that we've seen several times. It's been hinted at, but of course we don't have anything new until this update. It should be good to go once it goes live. New search filter by move. That's actually really nice. Second charge move officially supported in this APK. Of course, it's not, we've known about this. So you unlock move 3 and unlock it with the candy cost and the Stardust cost. So there are two variables that you have there. I wonder, since this is a variable, I wonder if it could possibly change for each Pokemon. Like what if legendaries, what if they costed more? Would you guys still pay that? Like if a Pokemon like Gyarados had a certain cost to have Crunch, but Mewtwo had twice the cost to get Focus Blast, like would that matter to you? Or do you think that it would kind of make the legendaries more niche and less used in the leagues? That would be interesting. Charge TMs appear to have some code tweaked to support the second move. That's nice. Seeing code for internal testing of PvP reveals many of the new metadata attributes involved in the actual PvP and NPC combat. So the new shield minigame and attack minigame powering up. Other apparently NPC-related combat attributes: super effective chance, special chance, defensive minimum, defensive maximum. So I did see something earlier that I'll comment on when I get to it, but remember this defensive minimum, defensive maximum type stuff, okay? New RPC response time tracking for sockets, connections, delays. That's good. That means that's network code. Hopefully that means that there are some type of measure to handle connection issues. Hopefully it makes it more fluid. The use item move reroll proto, it's a TM, now appears to feature new metadata called reroll unlock move in an apparent change to better support TMs in the dual charge move world. Still not 100% clear how TMs with 2 charge moves. Okay, that's interesting. What looks like minor bug fixes for login authentication issues have been added. Combat. Okay, so enable combat. Maybe global setting for feature launch or local setting for player privacy. Maximum daily reward battles. Enable combat stats settings. Maximum daily NPC reward battles. Of course, that's 3. Last we heard. Active combat update intervals. Likely the in-combat polling interval. Waiting for players update interval. Likely the polling interval when you've challenged someone before they accept. Okay. So I wonder if there's a timeout for that. Ready for battle update interval. Pre-move submit window. Post-move submit window. Enable spin minigame. Distance check override friendship level. Oh, okay, so within radius doesn't require ultra or best friends. So I guess that means like the distance check, basically. If you are outside of the range, check your friendship level. If friendship level is ultra or best friend, allow the battle to happen. Get combat challenge polling interval second, maybe a constant background poll interval, looking for whether you have been challenged to send you a pop-up notification. Okay. More point of interest settings metadata related to the Pokemon submission, or the Pokestop submission. Likely combat personal settings, friends combat opt out, nearby combat opt in. So this is actually something that I was thinking about, like whenever you like have like a higher profile YouTuber or a personality, like let's say like Trainer Tips is out like roaming around shooting a video, is he gonna constantly get bombarded with, hey, I want a challenge to fight you, I want to battle you, I want to battle you, I want to battle you? Like how do we handle that? Because it should be like, if there is a way, you should be able to just toggle battles off and on, hopefully. Maybe that's how it's going to work. I hope so, because I could see that being extremely annoying. So new actions. Actions the client app takes under the hood. So get combat player profile, generate combat challenge ID, create combat challenge, open combat, get combat, accept combat. Okay, so these just look like a bunch of semantics, basically. Error codes, nothing too important there. Opponent quit, that's nice. There appears to be a new onboarding tutorial, not just for PvP, but for the game itself, which is nice. Anybody that shows up after PvP, and like, let's say they just come back after a 2-year hiatus, they're going to be like, stat tracking for badges. Okay, that's nice. PvP combat stats, NPC combat stats, top banana. Okay, we saw that from Chrales there. More new badges, so the Great League, Ultra League, and Master League badges. And let's see. Tag defense minigame appear to operate as multipliers if we're correctly identifying the new metadata surrounding combat. So combat stats, attack buff multiplier, and defense multiplier. Okay, so it seems like if you tap your charge move, that's going to add a multiplier on top, and if you use a shield, that's going to add a multiplier to your defense. So, in that vein, if you add a multiplier, technically you could still take, if the damage formula always rounds to 1, then you could technically always take 1 damage, not 0 damage, if that is the way that I'm thinking about it. Maybe that's the way it works. We will see. Global time settings for combat details. Identify a Pokemon switching availability window and cooldown. Okay, so basically, we know that you can't switch out Pokemon constantly. There's a 50-second cooldown. You can switch every 60 seconds. It's either 50 or 60 seconds. I can't remember. So that's in there. Beginning to think all this buff metadata is tied to the attack shield minigames. So attacker attack stat change. Okay, so maybe this is what I was looking at. So down here, whenever we were talking about defense minimum, defense maximum, I was thinking maybe they were going to do something like X attack and X defend. Like, that would be really cool. Those are actually in the code. Those are there along with Master Ball, but they're just unused. We don't know exactly when they plan to do anything with them, if they plan to do anything with them. But that's what I was hopefully like thinking for, is like maybe the X attack and the X defend are going to come out, and we're actually going to get to buff stats. Like, we know that weather doesn't work in PvP, so what if X attack boosted just like weather boost would do outside of PvP? And maybe those were obtainable only by playing in PvP. Like, that would be kind of cool. Continuing to see a delineation between NPC trainers and NPC personalities may be simple as a container object for the NPC dialogue, or could be something different entirely. The curious WebSocket Dark Launch test service has appeared in the past APKs and was subsequently removed, but has been added back. Okay. Lots of new Google Maps metadata and integration, which appears to be related to the point of interest, which are Pokestops. Support for battling via QR code, which we already knew. And the ability to rematch after combat completes appears to be added. Large new combat module has also been added. Looking through the metadata, there are some things here. Both a charge... So we currently see no way to gain a bonus in fast attacks. That's interesting. Stat stage appears again with both a min and max stat stage. Still unclear what the value is referring to. May it actually be stat buffs? See, that there again, like X attack and X defend would make sense to me there, but I don't know. Here's a complete list of the multipliers at play from what we can find. So same type, so that's stab. Defender minigame, so that's your shield, and minigame bonus variable. Maybe that's referring to the attack whenever you charge your charge attack. Then we have, those are the known multipliers. The inexplicable bonus multipliers are the max stat stage, the min stat stage, fast attack bonus multiplier, charge attack bonus multiplier, and combat defense bonus. Okay, so I don't know what these two do. I don't know what the difference between those would be. A curious observe combat item has appeared, which may hint at watching battles without participating. That's interesting. Observe combat proto turns, send special attacks, send fast attack, start combat error, can act on turn. 3 thresholds for attack charging, so nice, great, and excellent threshold, which that's actually kind of cool. That means that, so basically, like, we already know that if you throw a nice throw, a great throw, or an excellent throw, it multiplies the catch rate, so that you are more likely to catch the Pokemon. If that's in the same vein as how this looks, then maybe the more you tap, or the faster you tap, or however it's going to work, may add a small multiplier to your charge attack in those 3 stages. So if you can tap fast enough to get the excellent, then you're going to do more damage than if you would have a nice or a great charge attack. That's kind of interesting. The shield appears to have metadata for the same 3 thresholds, so good, great, and excellent. That's interesting. So he says here that he doesn't recall seeing shielding have a true minigame other than just kind of clicking it. Interesting. He says that it may be outdated or not yet utilized. We don't know. That could be something that they might introduce later, or they tried and just left the code in there. Seeing code for a minigame called spin input. Okay, that appears to require rotating an element on screen in particular ways. Again, haven't seen this in screenshots or videos of PvP, so it may be outdated code or otherwise not live. Not clear whether the spin minigame has tied to attack or shielding, but there is a large amount of metadata for it, including its scoring methodology. That's interesting. What we believe is even more evidence for in-combat stat changes. So check for stat change, stat delta, which is how much it changed, stat delta to effectiveness, enumerator, which is how much it changed on multiple levels, stat effectiveness, combat stat text, and show stat stage change. Okay, so it says this is really beginning to feel like combat is designed for moves that adjust stats. Which, I was actually looking on Reddit somewhere through here, and they were talking about that. Maybe the way that these new moves are coming in, maybe that does mean that we'll get buffs and debuffs, which actually there are stat buffs that have 3 effectiveness levels, both buff and nerf. So stat effectiveness levels, debuff level 3, level 2, level 1, and buff level 1, level 2, and level 3. So that's kind of interesting. Maybe we are going to get some type of buff and debuff with the new moves, which is amazing. So if I use, what was it, Steel Wing, it lowers the opponent's defense. Can you imagine doing that in Pokemon Go? Like, that just blows my mind to think about. So upgraded CP labels show resulting CP when powering up, which there was a screenshot that leaked earlier with that. It basically is like a little pop-up, and it just says, are you sure you want to power up this Pokemon? It shows their current CP, and it shows the CP that they're going to. Check if upgraded Pokemon will leave a league. Ooh, so that's really nice. Apparently a warning for some sort if you cross the threshold out of a CP league. So I'm thinking, if that Pokemon is in a league party and you are trying to power it up and you try to go over the 1500 or the 2500 threshold, it's going to tell you, hey, you do know that this is in a party for your Great League. Are you sure you want to power it up? Because currently, if there is a Pokemon that's in a battle party for raids and you go to throw it into a gym, it'll be like, hey, whoa, bro, sure you want to throw that in the gym? Because it's in this party and it'll have to leave the party if you want to put it in the gym. And you just be like, yeah, bro, I want to put it in the his gym. So that's probably what that is. That's actually a nice quality of life thing for forgetful people like me. New battle damage constant, normal type effectiveness, also a little weak to type effectiveness metadata. The addition of get attack effectiveness and type effectiveness in certain new places may signal a revisiting of type effectiveness in combat, or simply upgrading to a 2 special attack moves effectiveness properly in the combat logic. Okay, as expected, new hair and skin tone options. That's always nice. An alternative perspective to all the stat stage buffs, debuffs may actually be in the 3 leagues are adjusting stats somehow. Hope that doesn't decredit everything that we just talked about with buffing and debuffs. So, lending credence to the last theory, the Combat League settings include these meta attributes: Combat League, minimum stat stage, maximum stat stage, defense buff, attack buff. Okay, hopefully that doesn't mean, which it very well could mean, that just because I'm in Ultra League, that I'm going to have a small attack buff over if I was in Great League. Which is not as exciting as using moves that will buff and debuff. New combat move settings have appeared with the list of the following attributes: Combat Move Setting Proto, which is duration time and buffs; Combat Move Buffs Proto, which is attacker attack stat change, stage change, attacker defense stat change, target attack, target defense. Okay. Why are there 2 of these? Is that right? Alright, the following move sounds have been added, which we saw from Chrales' GitHub there. Yep, all those we saw. And that concludes the metadata and the audio file review. Now looking at the other Unity asset changes. So several new visual effect assets were added to support the moves that were just received. Sound files, these appear to be ready for action. So basically like smoke and cracks and whatever goes along with the actual move being performed, those visual effects have been added as well. And then it says many other expected graphic assets have been added. The 3 league logos, avatars to team leaders, new awesome backdrops likely to use whenever the team league dialogue, other combat related assets like shield textures, super cool new combat button, yep, which we saw. And whoo! That is actually it. So, well, it says just now, but did we just? Yeah, we just saw that. So, that is actually everything that we know up until this point, guys. There are a lot of changes happening with this update. A lot of changes. I will leave links to everything that we looked at in this video in the description if you guys are at all interested to go check it out yourself. I do highly encourage to look through some of the GitHub stuff, like I don't know, you can see this cool Google logo if you want. You just hit that view file and then boom, there's that Google logo. Woo! Sick, bruh, sick. But if you are at all interested on getting this update early, please know that you don't get PvP just by getting the update. You get the update that allows you to play in PvP, but the PvP switch is not flipped on Niantic's side, so you can go ahead and update to the PvP update if you want, 1.31.1. I do have a video talking about how to get that update installed on your phone if you're on Android. If you're at all interested, it was episode 43.5.1 that I did. It shows you how to get in there and how to do it. Of course, you're just going to look for Pokemon Go on APK Mirror, and you're going to go download the latest version, which is 1.31.1. And always make sure that you go back and you turn off installing from unknown sources through Chrome, if that's what you're using, to make sure that you do not allow your phone to just install APKs willy-nilly. You want to turn that back off after you install the update. Installing the update is not going to hurt you in any way. It's just going to have you jumpstart the whole update process. You won't get your notification saying that Pokemon Go needs updating. You won't get that because obviously you'll already be on the newest version. So with all that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching the video today. I really do appreciate it. If you have any kind of questions, please don't direct them towards me, as I don't know exactly everything, but I will try as much as I can. If you do have anything to say, let me know what you got to say down in the comments below. Make sure you hit that like button if that's your thing. And until, see, today's Friday, so Monday. Until Monday, I will see you guys then. Hopefully you guys will stick around this weekend and enjoy Let's Go. Thank you guys so very much. I will see you later.